So this is trail day 76. It's Thursday, September 3rd, 2020. And we're leaving the Kinsman Pond shelter area and headed down the Fishin' Jimmy Trail, which is also the AT for a little while. It's 12:30 in the afternoon. I went to bed super early, like right at dark, like 8:30. But I don't know, I got up this morning and was sitting on the side of my hammock. It was cold and thought of all the wet clothes I was going to have to put on. I just got back in my sleeping bag and went back to sleep. But we're just doing 7 miles today to the Lonesome something, I believe. I forget the name. Campsite just south of Franconia Ridge. So I wanted to save that for tomorrow. That's where I wasn't planning on going last night. But the rain and the cold just cut the day short. So I'll go there tonight. There was no caretaker at the Kinsman Lake, Kinsman Pond, but there's an AMC hut 1.9 miles north. There are caretakers. So I'll stop by there and get some information about the current situation with camping and the whites, and see if they still give you a voucher for discounts on camping and free food at the huts. That's in the AWOL guide, but I don't know if it still applies or not. So hopefully I can find that out. It's all nice and sunny. I should have probably just took a 0 yesterday, and then I could have got the views from Kinsman. I would have probably ended up in the same place tonight. So I don't know. Sometimes thinking you just gotta get up and move is not necessarily the best way. All this water just running out of the mountains this morning. So it's been pretty steep and rocky. I got these sections chiseled out in places before you can step, which is helpful. I've been running into a lot of people. Most of them going up. Well, there were some people coming down behind me a while ago, but I don't know where they went. This might be interesting. trails like this all the time, or just when it rains good. Well, this should be fun. That's what we just came down. This shouldn't be too bad. You can see the board and notched places to step. If they hadn't have done that though, that would have been quite the challenge. So we should be getting close to the Lonesome Lake AMC hut. I believe it's Lonesome Lake. I don't know if it's one of the ones that serve food or not, but if they do, you might have a burrito for lunch. It's taken nearly an hour and a half to go that 1.9 miles. Just going slow with these slick wet rocks. So I'm leaving Lonesome Lake. I didn't video any of the lake. There's a bunch of people there today. And I stopped at the AMC hut there and got a burrito. So a good lunch. Nothing fancy, just beans, rice, and cheese, but still better than combos and jerky and cheese sticks. We got about 5 miles to go. It's 3:15. And hopefully all the camp spots won't be full. Now we're at the point where the AT builders decided that the pond discharge was a perfect place to put the trail. It makes sense, I guess. Multi-purpose. So we're about a mile trail north of the Lonesome Lake Hut, and the terrain is finally smoothed out a little bit for the moment. I'm just kind of following along this brook here. It's kind of slow going with the wet rocks, the wet roots, and all the mud. So now we gotta cross the brook. The gap looks a little too wide for me to take a chance on at the moment. Let me go see what other options are available. So it looks like this is really the only option we got. Oh well. I've seen a few ways that could have went wrong. So the conversations you have with yourself on the trail. I'm like a mile from the highway, 3 miles from the campsite. But at the highway in a mile, I could get a ride into Lincoln, where there's an abundance of soda and food and all those wonderful calories that your body's screaming for. And a hostel, where I could take a shower and wash my clothes. I would probably get up earlier because it'd be in a room with a bunch of other people who's getting up early. But then I'd have that 2 miles to do tomorrow. It would make it a 10-mile day instead of an 8-mile day. But if I got up earlier, then a 10-mile day should be possible and make it to the Mount Lafayette campsite. But if I didn't go to the hostel, save that $30, then that's a burrito extra at the next 3 shelters. So you see the dilemmas that you have to put up with. And it would be nice to wash clothes after the rain, get everything dry. But that's the problem, I couldn't get everything dry. Like my rain gear and my tarp's all wet. And I can't spread it out at the hostel because I've got a hook in the gear room to hang your pack. So all that stuff would stay wet till tomorrow night. Decisions. But it's early enough. It's 4:30. Can have a nice relaxing afternoon at the hostel. The biggest reason I'm even thinking about it is there is no towns or anything for quite some time. This is like the easiest resupply option from what I understand. Probably until I get to Maine, which I don't need to resupply. I got plenty of food, especially with the huts selling food. And they had hot food items and then Snickers and a couple of snack stuff. So yeah, I don't know what I'm doing yet. You just analyze all this information and at the last minute you make a spontaneous decision, you know. But at least the terrain is nice right now. It's quite different than what we've been dealing with. So we have another creek crossing. But it looks like it might be a little easier this time. Maybe. Yeah, just a little bit. So if any of y'all was guessing, I decided to go to the hostel. Take a shower, get some sodas and some food, and dry my socks. And yeah, so that's the end of the day. And then tomorrow I have a 10-mile day up over Franconia Ridge and Mount Lafayette. And it's supposed to be beautiful weather, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. I don't know if it's paved the entire way. There's a bike path that goes to the visitor center. I'm assuming this is the bike path. And there's probably a trail that splits off. But in GutHooks it shows two separate ones. So we'll see momentarily. I'll thank everybody for watching.